Hello students of class 11. Today we will go through the chapter Measures of Central Tendency from Statistics. When we are to talk about the different measures of central tendency, first you have to know what is meant by a central tendency. Central tendency is actually the representative value of a series, one value which represents the whole series. That value is called a central tendency. And there are three important central tendencies in statistics: arithmetic mean, median, and mode. Arithmetic mean is the average value of the series. It is not possible to keep in mind every individual values, so we depend upon average value. Arithmetic mean is that average value. Median is the middlemost value of a series. It's a value which divides the entire series into two equal parts. And mode is that value which occurs most frequently. It is appearing repeatedly maximum time, or the value with highest frequency is mode. Today we will talk about arithmetic mean, and I will also measure arithmetic mean in different methods. When we are to measure arithmetic mean of a series, you must keep in mind we may have to face different types of statistical series. That may be an individual series, maybe discrete series, maybe continuous series. Individual series means only values are mentioned, all values are mentioned. Even if some values are repeatedly appearing, we mention them. There is no question of frequency or no question of making any groups. All values are mentioned. Individual series. If individual series are arranged into some groups which are not continuous, we arrange them into some groups, but the groups are not continuous. Discrete series. So in case of discrete series, one column for values, every value is making a group, but there is a discontinuity. In between two values there is a gap. Discrete series. And continuous series means we arrange the values into some groups which are continuous. Continuous means classes, class and frequency. If series is given class and frequency form, in class and frequency form, that is called continuous series. But today we will face one individual series. How to calculate arithmetic mean from an individual series. Again, there are three methods of calculating arithmetic mean, whatever be the series: direct method, deviation method, and step deviation method. Deviation method and step deviation method is called shortcut method. For the sake of calculation, we follow shortcut method. We reduce the values and try to find out the arithmetic mean in a easy form. Shortcut method. And direct method is this. It is already worked out here. This is the series. Values are 5 values are there: 20, 25, 30, 40 and 60. Total 175. And in case of direct method, your formula is x bar, means arithmetic mean. Arithmetic mean is x bar is equal to summation x by n. Summation x means sum of the observations. These are the observations. Sum of the observation is 175. Total of the observations. Summation x is equal to 175. N stands for number of observations. How many values are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. N is equal to 5. So 175 by 5, 35 is the answer. In direct method, when your formula is summation x by n, summation x means sum of the observations, which is 175. Number of observation 5, we are getting the value 35. Formula summation x by n. Now when we will follow shortcut method, our answer will be same. Shortcut method further divided into two: deviation method and step deviation method. First we will go through deviation method. In deviation method, we select one value from the series. Generally it is a middle value, and we take the difference of that value with all individual values. Or in other words, we take deviation from that selected value, which is called assumed mean. We do not know what will be the arithmetic mean of the series, but we can assume, expected. A middle value is expected to be assumed mean. We select the middle value and take difference from all individual values. The question is, why middle value? Why not any other value? You can take any other value. There is no mistake. Answer will be same. But we are taking a middle value so that we can reduce all values. If you do not take a middle value, if you take an extreme value, then only the extreme value will be reduced, or the value associated with it will be reduced. All values will not be reduced. Our purpose is to reduce all values for the sake of our calculation. So we take a middle value. If the series is arranged, easily we can look at the middle value. If not arranged, either you arrange them or take the average of maximum value and medium value. Maximum plus minimum by 2 will give you the assumed mean. In this series, 30 is the assumed mean. So take deviation from 30 for all individual values. Start calculation. First value is 20. So 20 minus 30 is equal to minus 10. 25 minus 30 is equal to minus 5. 30 minus 30 equals to 0. 40 minus 30 is equal to 10. And at last 60 minus 30 is equal to 30. What should be the total? Here minus 10 minus 5 is equal to minus 15. And 30 plus 10 is 40. So minus 15 plus 40, 25 is the answer. 25 is the sum of the U series. Your formula in case of deviation method, summation U by n plus a. What is U? U is the variable which is formed taking deviation from 30. You get a new variable, but U by n should not be the arithmetic mean. U by n is the arithmetic mean of the entire U series. But you are asked to calculate arithmetic mean of X series. So some adjustments are there in this formula. Summation U by n plus a. What is summation U? 25 is summation U. Number of observations 5. Assumed mean 30. What are we getting? 5 5s are 25. 5 plus 30, 35. Answer is same. So in deviation method also we are getting answer 35. Now if you see, after taking deviation we can further reduce the values. Here all values, see the values, 5 is the common factor by which you can divide all values. So in this way, if you see the common factors are there, consider the highest common factor. Here 5 is the highest common factor by which you can divide all values. Then the series will be further reduced. All values of the series will be further reduced. Whenever you divide the values, dividing by a common factor, it is called step deviation method. So in step deviation method, common factor is 5. Divide all values of new variable of 5. You will get a new variable, say v. First minus 10 by common factor 5 minus 2. Minus 5 by 5 minus 1. 0 by 5 0. 10 by 5 2. At last 30 by 5 6. So we are getting minus 1 minus 2 minus 3 plus 8. Minus 3 plus 8 is equal to 5. Summation v is 5. Your formula in case of step division method, summation v by n into c plus a. Summation v you have got 5. Number of observation 5. Common factor 5. Assumed mean 30. Answer 35. So in direct method, in deviation method, in step deviation method, your answer is same. So we can calculate arithmetic mean following either of this method. It is always advisable to follow step deviation method. But we have observed here three important characteristics of arithmetic mean. What are these? Number one, arithmetic mean, calculation of arithmetic mean depends upon all observations. It is based on all observations. All values are required. Number one. Number two, arithmetic mean is rigidly defined. Whatever be the method applied, answer is same, 35, 35, 35. So it is rigidly defined. And number three, this can be treated algebraically. If summation x is x bar is equal to summation x by n and x bar is known to you, you can find value of summation x. This is application of algebra. If in this equation any 2 is known, another unknown can be calculated. Applying algebra, it can be treated algebraically. These are all the good characteristics. For these characteristics, we say arithmetic mean is a good measure of central tendency. So we have done calculation from an individual series today. Next time we will calculate arithmetic mean from discrete series and continuous series. This much today. Thank you.